Did you know that você and vocês translate to the same word in English? That's right. Grammatically speaking, both você and vocês translate to you. But as you can imagine, this can be confusing. Imagine you are talking to a group of friends and you want to know where each one of them lives. If you ask them, "Where do you live?" you will most likely get the response, "Who?" This is because even though you is both a singular and a plural pronoun, we usually use and understand it as a singular pronoun in everyday speech. So, how would you make it clear that you are asking the whole group where each one of them lives? Hi, my name is Danny, your teacher and creator of Cultivando Inglês. In this video, we are going to learn 3 pronouns we use in everyday speech in the United States to address a group of people. The first pronoun we have is you guys. The word guys actually is an informal way of saying men. It is the equivalent of the Brazilian word caras. For example, those guys are so tall. However, when we use the pronoun you guys to refer to a group of people, it doesn't matter if we are talking to just men or just women or a mix of men and women. In other words, it is used to refer to everybody regardless of gender. You guys is the most widely used pronoun in the US for addressing a group of people. It is generally used in the Northeast, the Midwest, and the Western US. For example, I was born in the state of New York, which is in the Northeast of the United States. I grew up saying you guys because that's what people say there. When I was 4 years old, my family moved to the state of North Carolina, which lies in the south of the United States. While it is acceptable to use you guys in the South, this region of the US is known for using a different pronoun, y'all. Y'all is a combination of the word you and all. As you can see, this pronoun is more inclusive than you guys because it does not contain a gender-specific word. However, y'all is very strongly attached to the Southern identity. In other words, if I were to hear someone use the word y'all, I would assume that they were born and raised in the South, or that they have lived there for a while. Even though I grew up in the South and heard y'all being used all the time, I kept using the pronoun you guys because that is what felt more natural to me. Also, the Southern US is known for having a distinct accent called the Southern accent, although this accent varies from state to state. I usually heard the word y'all said with a Southern accent. I never picked up a Southern accent, and so I never felt that the word y'all fit with my accent. To this day, when I hear y'all said by somebody who doesn't have a Southern accent, it still sounds a bit strange. But it is absolutely not wrong to use, regardless of your accent. While in my childhood the use of y'all was mostly restricted to the South, nowadays it is increasingly being used in other regions of the US, primarily because it is gender inclusive and quick to say. It is much faster to say y'all than you guys. In college, I became aware that you guys was not a gender inclusive term, so I wanted to start using a different pronoun. As I mentioned earlier, although y'all was an option, I didn't feel like it fit with my accent. So I started to use the uncombined form of y'all. You all. You all is geographically neutral, as it is not associated with a particular region of the US. It is also considered a bit more formal than you guys and y'all, so it is okay to use in any context. Nowadays, I use the pronoun you all in an effort to use more gender-inclusive language. Although I definitely sometimes use you guys if I am talking quickly. So, to summarize, we primarily use three pronouns in American English to address more than one person at the same time. You guys is by far the most widely used. Y'all is mostly restricted to the South and is usually used by people who have some connection to the South, but it is increasingly being used in other parts of the US. You all is geographically neutral and okay to use in any context. Let's look at some example sentences using each of these three pronouns. Where are you guys from? Where are you all from? Where are y'all from? Are you guys Brazilian? Are you all Brazilian? Are y'all Brazilian? How are you guys? How are you all? How are y'all? I recommend that you watch this video 2 more times. First, to reinforce your understanding of the content, and second, to focus on my pronunciation. You can find a PDF of the complete transcript with both the English and Portuguese texts. Simply click on the link in the description of the video. If you like this video, follow my channel. I post a video once a week about English vocabulary, expressions, grammar, and pronunciation. See you next time. Bye.